hours to go for the 24-hour rule. So, no, it stings, it hurts. It's 3 in a row for the Crows, and you've got to say, getting more and more convincing in the wins as well. So, it just
their strength's your weakness.
It keeps bringing back the issue of Port Adelaide not being able to lift to the high-intensity games.
Well, I thought we'd start with a bit of humour. I love your crosses, 7:20 with the Bricky Show on Friday. Will and Pembo took a little piece of the game yesterday, and it's very rare that you're unhinged. Normally it's me. And if you missed the 5AA Bricky or the call, have a listen.
Marshall, stop leading behind. That's what happens when you're caught behind. This is Keane in front of Dixon, Worrell in front of Marshall, and I'm getting sick of it.
Timmy Jennifer, good call, goes over the
every time.
And it's out of bounds. Timmy, it's 6.5 minutes in the second quarter. Far be it for me to say get some emotion and some control into your life. Me giving you advice? Fair dinkum. Timmy, that's when you knew you were a snake's belly. Couldn't be lower.
Oh, yeah.
When I'm giving you...
Yeah, I hit a low bar.
Emotional advice. Because you're my captain, mate.
Well, it was...
How many times you look at me, Rowey?
Yeah,
Rowey? I had to do that last night.
Yeah, and look, you had every right. You had every right to do that.
You were unhinged.
Yes, you're right. And I think the frustration, I think we felt it through the phone calls afterwards and the montage you just played. I know, Sam, you're trying to make my day as fluffy as possible when you had the replay of the showdown up there as I walked in as well. Thank you for that. But it's just that frustration and emotion because we've been there, done that too many times. That's probably what's going on. I feel like Bill Murray. This feels like Groundhog Day. And
You'll get there.
Yeah.
I'm patting you on the head there.
You are.
Crows have won 3 of their last 4 showdowns, now 3 of their last 4 games. I called it in the call. They are officially back for me. Here's Coach Matty Nix.
I mean, we've been sitting together and talking about it. The players, we feel that was a really good performance, well-rounded. We talk about by design. We're up against a very good side. We knew the game had to play out a certain way, and we were able to get it to do that. So, it may have looked scrappy on the telly and it couldn't have been more perfect from our point of view. So, really pleasing all-round performance.
Yeah, the start was elite, 5 straight after Port had 19 inside 50s that first quarter. Nixie spoke also about the belief that's coming in the group.
Oh, it's just belief. You can believe in yourselves, but it's when you actually have results and outcomes that go your way because of the way you've gone about it. It's more reinforcing. You learn so much from when you lose games of footy, but when you win them in a way that you went into the game with, it's even more rewarding and brings a lot more belief.
Yeah, we spoke about pre-game the Rory factor, and it's been building. There's no question about that. They honoured Rory. Here's Taylor Walker.
To not be able to play again with him, it's tough, but I think he's made the right decision for life after footy, and he's got a beautiful family, so what he's been able to do in those 255 games, not just the Crows fans but the footy world have been so lucky to be able to see a beautiful man play football in the right spirit, so yeah, it's a great win for a great man.
Well, it was well said, Tex. We'll get on to Port now. They had 10 more inside 50s, 5 more scoring shots. They kicked 5 goals 18, 5-5 from set shots. If that's 10 straight, they win. In general play, 0 goals 13. They won clearance, they won centre square, they won contested ball. They had 10 marks inside 50. Timmy, how did they lose?
Yeah, by method. I think early too, they were going inside, but they weren't actually being productive in there. Yeah. And what the Crows did really well was turn it over in our back half. And then play checkers with us to an open 50 where there was 2-on-1 running back into space, and it was just a choice of who they hit to get that next goal. So I thought Crows were incredibly efficient. How's this for a stat? 10 inside 50s first half for a 7-goal 2 return.
That would never happen again.
That was versus Port's 3-goal 7 for 22 inside 50s.
That will never happen again.
Well,
so they had 10 inside 50s for a half.
Against us, but it did.
For a half. I didn't know that stat.
For a half.
That is
so
phenomenal.
That was pretty much I suppose how clinical the Crows were, but it again gets back to, and I spoke to Josh Carr about it. I spoke to Ken Hinkley about it. I said we haven't matched the Crows' intensity for a showdown for quite some time, and we paid the price for it. We got to live for it. We didn't. So it's unfortunately, like I said, feel like Bill Murray.
You'd be right. Here's Ken on the Showdown Live.
Oh, we couldn't convert. We just could not convert. I mean, all the numbers that you like or want or need, the reality is for us, that's been consistent and we've been falling down too often in conversion. Whatever you want to say, the facts are we're not scoring at the level that we need to.
That's not being able to convert. The question was then asked about, so is it personnel or is it method? A combination of both. So it's one I want to ask Treaders after 5 because he's played in a very good forward line. He was a very, very good forward for us. But here's Ken on that very question.
There's probably a couple of things. You've got to go to game style first and foremost. Are we getting the shots that we need to get in the positions that we need to get them? Have we got what we need in front of the ball to allow us to convert more often than not? And at the moment, the simple answer right here, right now is the answer to both of those questions is no to what we've got in front of the ball and yes to we need to look at the way we move the ball collectively through the ground and into our forward 50 and then not just be pleased that we've got 10 more entries than the opposition for I don't know how many times in a row.
Yeah, so that says to me...
That's a big thing to turn around. That's not an overnight couple of training drills, let's do some game sim. No. Well, you train the whole summer for that.
But I reckon it's been an issue for Port for many years.
Have you say, Port supporters, that's Timmy's synopsis. And the big story before the game was Connor Rowey. This is what he said about his hammy pre-game.
I think it got probably blown out of proportion a little bit during the game. I sort of felt it a little bit and I knew it wasn't major. It was more precautionary when they took me off. So obviously got through all the testing and was feeling pretty good the last couple of days. So there was never any doubt yesterday, I don't think, whether I was going to play or not, but feeling good now.
Well, there's not a footy person that didn't think that getting a nick and admitted it was a nick that he should play after 6 days. Dangerfield's got a nick and he's missing 6 weeks. That was a text that came through. I think it was pure desperation to play him. He is the skipper. I get that. He's your best player. I get that. But, God, from the first bounce, he didn't look right. Timmy, you called it. Here's Coach Ken Hinkley post-game owning it.
Yeah, I made a mistake playing Connor Rowey tonight. That was clear. It was obvious. All the testing we done, all the medical support we could get, all the information I could get was Connor was able to, and I seen it with my own eyes, he was actually able to run as fast as he needed to, kick as long as he needed to. But once fatigue set in tonight, that was clear. And I can try and hide behind that, but I'm not cowed when it comes to owning a mistake, and that was what it was.
Well, I don't think it's all on him. I think it's a collective. You have the medical team, you have the player has a fair say, and you have the coach that backs him what the player said. And we thought that, we said that after the game. Again, it just reeked of desperation. Connor owned it today when he had a scan.
Yeah, I'm taking full ownership. I was ready to play. I felt like they asked me if I wanted to play. I clearly did. My body felt like I was in a position to do that. Clearly hasn't worked, and we'll have to reevaluate. And this will probably give me some good experience in the future with any other soft tissue injuries.
Well, Showdown 55, what is your takeout? What is your emotion? How are you feeling, Crows and Port? 822 300 00, got that Rusden Black Guts. We are all yours this hour. We are all yours. Hello, Bill at Port Adelaide.
Hi, boys. How you going?
Hey, Bill.
Yeah, look, speak to Timmy. Timmy, I've heard Ken Hinkley put the spin on the same thing every time. We have to own it. We have to do this and whatever. It's his game style, mate. Like, they're like under 10s, mate. They lead forward all in the same area. They don't spread out at all. And how Finlayson couldn't get a game in front of Marshall is beyond me. Francis Evans for McEntee. You had to play them blokes,
Yeah, sometimes being desperate and on the edge helps breed that in... it becomes infectious amongst the group because those sort of players want to play and they're desperate and the like. So, look, it's one I've got to... Bill, listen after 5 for Treaders because I want to speak about forward craft and how... leading patterns should happen because I'm too often we get a bit of a bird's eye view where we are in the commentary box, and I watch the forward 50, and when Port gets stuck, there's absolutely no movement. They are not trying to even just dummy leads, trying to get out of the area and just leave one little patch free for somebody to move into. Everybody just waves and says, "Bring it in," and they keep doing it and keep getting the same result. Bill, it's Groundhog Day.
8223 0000. We've opened the lines up for you this show. It's all about your post-showdown calls for that Rusden Blackgut Shiraz. 8223 0000. Treaders after 5 in the studio. You won't want to miss that. Darcy Fogarty from the Crows to join us at 4:30. Terry McAuliffe as always on a Friday. It's 19 after 4.
Rowey and Timmy G on the FIVEAA Sports Show.
Lads, where are we thinking for our same race multi?
Let's see. With Ladbrokes, we can place one at Doomben, Moonee Valley.
Bet on more tracks and race codes than ever before with the Ladbrokes Same Race Multi. T's and C's apply. See website for details. You win some, you lose more.
FIVEAA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide tech guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
Here's a gift idea for Mum. Seamlessly share photos and videos with your loved ones from anywhere in the world with the FIVEAA PhotoStream 7-inch photo frame. It's a digital photo frame that connects to the internet and allows users to send photos from their devices such as a phone to the digital frame. PhotoStream's 7-inch photo frame is just $98 from Harvey Norman. They also have a larger 10-inch frame for $168. And if you really want to showcase your memories, they have a huge and stunning 15.6-inch photo frame from $298. Tell them I sent you in and receive a bonus $20 Harvey Norman gift card with any FIVEAA PhotoStream purchase, limited to 2 bonuses per customer. See the range of FIVEAA PhotoStream digital photo frames now at Harvey Norman.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
Now, for most business PC brands, a 4-hour service guarantee means, you know what, we'll try and call you back in 4 hours. Well, not Leader Systems. A 4-hour service guarantee on Leader's business range means they'll come to your worksite, they'll have you back in business inside 4 hours.
Some people say use South Australian, use Adelaide people. This is the real reason why you do.
Almost the, what would you say,
They're
the
actually
prime
better.
example.
Well, they're actually better. Leader computers are made here in Adelaide, bang. They've got better service support, speedy turnaround times. They're just a classy mob. You're dealing with people that live here, that love the state, but they're experts. This is a competitive international field, and they are leaders.
Correct. Leader Systems don't have to send anything off for repair. No, they can do everything right here in Adelaide. So they can provide that 4-hour service guarantee on their business range, and they can have you back up and running inside 4 hours. So look, grow your business and get behind a leader. Find your local leader at leadersystems.com.au.
You know when you really need to go? You can't hold on any longer. You'll do almost anything. Well, that's what it's like at Edwardstown Mazda right now. They have a ton of demo Mazdas that really need to go. All colours and models, all barely driven and all ready to go at unbelievable drive-away prices. Buying a demo is a great way to get into your dream Mazda, and buying it from Edwardstown Mazda makes it extra special. Demo sale on now.
It's gotta be
Edwardstown Mazda.
What is the first rule of Mum Club?
Don't stay on your phone at the park.
Absolutely not. Oh, I hate that rule.
Okay.
Well, welcome to Mum Club, the podcast by mums for mums. I'm Em Blatchford and I'm joined by my mate, Yaya. We wanted to start this podcast because we wanted to create a mother's group for your ears. Come and join us. Search for us wherever you find your podcast.
And tell your friends to join us too. Come and be our friend.
Yeah, we're not your regular Mums Club.
No, we're not.
Join us.
Far from it.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the FIVEAA Sports Show.
23 minutes after 4. Today's show is all about your post-showdown thoughts. So call in, get it off your chest for that Rusden Blackgut Shiraz for our best caller tonight. 8223 0000 is the number to call. We'll get to them next. First, your traffic. Thanks to Amani, Canali and Xenia. Find them all at Ignition for Me in Adelaide's home of luxury menswear at 54 Paynham Road, Stepney.
Look out for crashes this afternoon at Gillis Plains on North East Road near Wandana Avenue, Paraka on Main North Road near Research Road, Waterloo Corner on the Northern Expressway near Port Wakefield Road, Mansfield Park on Hanson Road near the Footy Oval, and in Alberton on Port Road at St George's Place. Check your speed, Penfold Road, McGill. Cirque du Soleil arrives in Adelaide next month with Lucia. For 79 hours only, tickets are $79. Offer must end Monday at 7 p.m. Book now. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
We'll get to your calls. 8223 0000. A bottle of Rusden's Black Guts on the line. I've got to bring that one in for Marco too.
You better do that.
He's won it back. Craig at Trop Park. G'day, Craig.
How you doing, fellas?
Good, buddy. As good as expected, Craig.
Yeah, trust me, I'm not happy, and I know your mate's not happy either, Timmy. Mr. Pan.
Yep.
Look, this one's probably going to be a bit left field in regards to what I think needs to happen at Port Adelaide, but there needs to be change from the top, and the person that's running that football department needs to change. Chris Davies has been there long enough. He's the one that's meant to be making the decisions on who's meant to be in the right spot, doing what needs to be done for the club overall, and I think it's him that is now failing the club more so than anyone else. And he needs to be the one to be showing the door and bring someone in that has some football knowledge, who knows who needs to be in the right spot.
Okay, thanks, Craig.
Well, I disagree with that.
He was sought after by the AFL only a couple of years ago. Tried to make him.
He can't kick the ball for him. He's not coaching.
No.
He doesn't develop them. He actually runs a program. You are that far from the truth, it's not funny. But well done. Start potting everyone. Hello, Sue.
Oh, hi, guys. Congratulations, Rowey. The Crows were fantastic. Now, Timmy, Martine Port.
Yes.
Why did they keep bombing that ball into the forward line? Who's telling them to do that?
I'm not sure whether it is a game plan, Sue. I'm not sure.
Who's doing it?
Yeah, the only thing I will probably give some compensation to the guys who are kicking it in there sometimes is when nothing's happening and nothing's moving, it's almost their last alternatives to go, well, I have to bomb it. And I'm sort of thinking, well, they've got to...
Crows' pressure was elite.
Yeah, but they've got to work harder on, okay, they're going to get clogged up. I mean, St Kilda did it to them. Freo did it to them. So you've got to work harder at moving it around until you can find somebody inside.
You've got a
Don't
lot of
just
players
accept the
that
bomb.
want it. Yeah, but you've got a lot of players, and your boys are naming them, that want it nice. They want it laces out, no bruising, no pressure, get it forward.
Can't have that.
You can't. It's not the game.
Maybe at
Hello,
training on a
Bobby.
Sunday.
Hello. How you going, boys?
Hey, Bob.
I reckon Hinkley's got to go. He should have been gone 3 years ago. The club has given him all the weaponry in the form of ready-made players. They've given him everything he needs to win a premiership. And in the past, all the experts will say, yeah, Port's going to win it this year, Port's going to win it. And we're still playing rubbish football. So as far as I'm concerned, Hinkley has to go.
Thanks, Bob. Cheers for that. Well, they've signed him for 2 years, so Bob...
He ain't going anywhere.
I don't think he's going very far. I reckon Phil at Warradale might like your playlist on Spotify. G'day, Phil.
G'day, boys. Hey, Tim, you need a break, but you'll have to wait for the next showdown.
Okay.
And Stephen, can you press that button, please?
Well, no, I can't.
Come on,
I like showing a bit of class, a bit of decorum. I mean, I know I said we can't lose, and I meant that. We can't lose because you can't go 2-6. You can't lose because it's Port. Oh, well, okay.
Oh, no!
Oh, God. Now, that wasn't my fault, Phil. Yeah, I did feel it last night.
Phil reached through and pressed the button, I reckon. Got Keith at Ivory. G'day, Keith.
Gee, I rolled over quick.
G'day, gents. I hope you're well.
Good, mate.
Keith.
Hey, Tim, it's a great day, isn't it? Sun shining, Crows have won.
Well, depends on what side of the bed you get over, Keith. I've still got still got 5 hours to go.
I'll get out on the right side, mate. I'm a Crows supporter.
Oh,
hey,
congratulations.
can I ask you, Timmy, as an outsider looking in, when was the last time that the big-named Port players played well in a final or in a real pressure game, especially Charlie Dixon?
Yeah, look, I know what you're saying. I think it's the big names, it's the small names, it's the every name. They haven't been able to perform in high intensity games. That is a given, and that's the record that is now haunting them and continues to. When the high intensity is up, they're not able to go with it. Now, interestingly enough, when they've been beaten by the Crows before, they've lost contested possession and they've lost ground ball. And they actually were winning those numbers.
Ball. Yeah,
but
one clearance.
But the actual method going in and then the ability for the Crows to be able to slingshot over the back of them was concerning.
Well, the Crows' weakness has been their ball movement.
Yeah. And
Port allowed them to do that.
and
That's what it was, because you don't defend as hard as what the Crows did. And
it's a
look,
high press game.
There's a lot of, that's exactly right. There's a lot of text saying, well, we hit the post 3 times, and if we had to kick the ones we were expected to, we would have won.
But didn't feel like it, did it? At all during the night. So I reckon you get a feeling when it's genuine.
You did.
And it was, that didn't feel at all. Like they were lucky moments, or unlucky moments, if you like, with especially Boakey's one that sort of was spinning inside out like a Terry Alderman, opening day bowl at Headingley. But it touched the post. So, it's not
unlucky.
It's
that
not
was an
unlucky.
important time too. It had to touch the Steve Kernahan's, that one. Let's go to the Barossa Valley. Bit of black guts. Hello, Bruce.
G'day, mate. How you doing, lads?
All right, buddy.
Good. Bad luck to me. I'll give you a rest for a couple of seconds, mate. Want to talk to Rowey. Get on board, mate. What do you reckon? Is the dog out the bag, buddy, or what?
No.
Well, he's played. Can you feel it, Bruce?
Well, hang on, I didn't. The caller before did. Bruce, they're 3 and 5. I said before the game they cannot lose. As much as it's a home final, it's against Showdown, all that sort. They can't lose. Well, they didn't, because if they lost, 2 and 6 is terminal. 3 and 5 now is salvageable. 3 and 5 is salvageable. He was trying to roll me up that.
Yeah,
like, you won't do it.
Which is fine, playing, because you had to play on the edge.
They did.
But why can't Port play on the edge?
I don't know that.
It should mean more for them than the opposition. It doesn't.
No. No one has a right to that. You've got to bring the heat. You just got to bring the heat.
You've got to earn it.
Yeah. Keep your calls coming in on this. We've got that Rusden Blackgut Shiraz to give away. Time for the 4:30 headlines. Darcy Fogarty from the Crows next.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon. Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. State and Territory police ministers have met in Canberra today to discuss high rates of domestic violence. There's been a successful rocket launch in country SA. Cost of living pressures are not having a big impact on new car sales. The automotive industry is setting a new record in April. And in sport, Port's Connor Rozee says he's taking full ownership for playing last night. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Reducing greenhouse gas emissions is critical in the production of SA copper. It's happening now at BHP.
A few crashes to look out for, including Gillis Plains on North East Road near Wandana Avenue, Paraka on Main North Road near Research Road, and Waterloo Corner on the Northern Expressway near Port Wakefield Road. Look out for a burst water main in Port Adelaide on Grand Junction Road near Commercial Road. One lane is closed there and speeds are at 40 for outbound. More mum yum for less at Big W. Spoil her this Mother's Day with Cadbury Roses, 420 grams, only $9. Save $9. That's more for less at Big W. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast down to 8 tonight, partly cloudy and 22 tomorrow. Right now it's 19. We'll have more news at 5 and as it happens on 5AA.
David Penberthy and Will Goodies. 5AA Breakfast.
Post-Bondi, where is the big national strategy? Where is the big summit, proper sleeves-up conversation about how people with profound mental illnesses are being treated? Here's a fact. You know who does more transportation of people having mental episodes in South Australia than anyone? SAPOL.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
SAPOL, we're talking here about coppers in their 20s. Now, what does that tell you?
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Look, we weren't going to say anything, but here at Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, we've had some great news. We have just been named National Dealer of the Year by Volkswagen. Again, 2 years running. We're so chuffed we're having a sale on new and demo stock. They're available for immediate delivery with easy finance options. And remember, convenient next day servicing with complimentary loan vehicles. Now our great news is your great news. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen's National Dealer of the Year sale. Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Pathology is an essential part of our healthcare system, and 70% of all our medical decisions rely on pathology tests. They help GPs and other healthcare professionals diagnose illnesses, diseases and infections, and we all benefit from pathology being bulk billed. But government funding hasn't increased in 24 years, so to keep pathology affordable and accessible for all Australians, visit keeppathologybulkbilled.com.au. Authorised by LWET, Australian Pathology Canberra.
Stay with us, lines available. We are taking your calls, as we said, all the way till 5. Now, if you need to move from A to B this autumn, the best move is budget car and truck rental.
Correct. To get started, you'll need boxes and tape for storage and furniture covers to keep your possessions pristine. Budget has you sorted.
Now, they'll need to be perfect set of wheels, okay? Budget has them all. Cars, big and small, moving vans, trucks available on a standard driver's licence, plus utes, hybrids, trailers, 12 to 25-seater buses and more.
That's me and the bus. Once you've chosen a vehicle, grab Budget's blankets and trolleys to ensure that the move goes smooth and there's no scratches or dents or any
I
of that
reckon
business.
you could do a better horn than that. That's better. Job done easy with Budget, a family-owned business with friendly staff you can count on and multiple locations across SA.
Yes, Budget. Get to the good stuff. Call Budget 13 27 27.
It all started in the back shed. Maybe it started early. Or late. Either way, the Olympic Industry sale means there's no need to wait. With big savings on our entire range of SA-engineered sheds, garages, carports and verandas, you can afford to start something big, tough, or tasty in your own backyard. Start something with the Olympic Industry sale. On now.
Here at FIVEAA, we're all about supporting local. Seeking a job or career advice? The Careers Expo, Adelaide Showground, May 10 and 11. Entries free. kjex.com.au. With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
It is 24 minutes to 5. Warren Tredrea will join us in studio at 5 o'clock to break down Showdown 55. A 30-point win for the Crows overnight. Your calls 8223 0000 for that Rusden Blackgut Shiraz. And as we've been promoting all week, it's a very exciting time today. If you have time in the next hour before it cuts off, we want your bids for this amazing VIP experience at the Adelaide Oval. It supports SA Police legacy and SA Police families when they need it most. If you want to get to any AFL game of your choice this season in a corporate box with you and 17 mates, excluding showdowns, valued at over $7,000, get onto the website, visit policelegacysA.org.au. Bids are closing at 5:45 tonight, and we'll announce the winner at the end of the show.
Well, Timmy's had a little water stop. Lines available 8223 0000. We'll get to Will shortly. We just thought we'd play this grab. Here's Ken Hinkley on the night's performance.
You know, sums our season up that we have a very soft underbelly and give away some very poor goals.
Sorry, that's the wrong one. I meant to play Tim. Tim's just walked. If you're on the Foodland live stream, that did happen. Tim's just walked in. Sorry.
No.
I accidentally played Carl Viet about a soft
Yeah.
underbelly.
I heard it.
Sorry.
You know what it reminded me of?
What?
I got a call from a mate last night, and he said, what about Connor Rosie? You know, well, I said, oh, I know, you know. I felt like, you know, it was one of those things you could predict. He said, yeah, my name's Blind Freddie. He said, I told you.
There's not a football person. Not a football person. I've got a lot of Port mates. Not a football person that thought he'd play or should play. Yeah. But Ken did. Well, Connor did. And your medical staff
look,
did.
for me,
that is just desperation.
I still think it sits. I agree with the desperation.
Desperation.
I still think it sits with. I think it has to be the medical team that says yes or no, in my opinion. Now, I know Ken's put his hand up. I know Connor's put his hand up. I still think it sits with the medical side of it because they're the ones. That's their expertise.
Yeah.
And I was saying this morning to the breakfast team. I saw stand-up arguments between John Carl and the club doctor, Henry Kneebone, who was a great man, and they were great friends. But in the heat of, is he going to play or isn't he going to play, they'd have a big old argument, but the doctor would win.
Wins. Hello, Will.
Yeah, g'day, mate. Go speak to Timmy, please.
Hey, Will.
Mate, I know you're hurting probably just the same as what the rest of us are doing, but we've been hurting for the last 2 or 3 years with Ken there. He has to go. I mean, you know, with the players that he's playing, you cannot tell me that Darcy Jones can get every week game the way he plays. Cannot tell me there's players like Mead that would do his job with one hand tied behind his back better than what he can do every week. Then you got Marshall. Why isn't Finlayson playing this week when Marshall has been horrible for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Lockie Jones, when's Cleary going to get a chance to see what he can do that he's been doing for us for a number of years over the last 7-8 years? He's just been put in a black burner, and that's it. That is just disgusting.
Thanks, Will.
Yeah, Will.
I'd have Cleary in. You know why?
I'm interested to see.
He's got mongrel, mate.
I'm interested to see the selection. And Cleary's back to some really good form. I'm unfortunately losing teams. I've watched 2 of the 3 last games, and he's looking very sound. And then we know he's got a great engine, but he's looking very good overhead and back to almost his best. So, look, I'm glad that these blokes are hopefully going to be able to put that pressure on, because Will's right. I'm interested in selection, and because at the moment it does sort of feel like there's no edge.
Yeah. Well,
I reckon you play better when you're on the edge.
I'll give you some homework. Look at Marshall's last 3 showdowns and his last 2 finals.
Yep.
Hello, Andrew.
G'day, Rowey and Tim. How are you, mate?
Hey, Andrew.
Good. Timmy, you and Rowey are coached, and every time I heard the call last night, you and Warren said, Marshall, get in front, get in front. Doesn't the runner go out to Marshall and say, play in front? What? Isn't he listening or what?
I don't know, Andrew. The runner these days, I think, is restricted on how they go out. It's not like the old days where you could throw them out there every 10 seconds. I know Jack used his like...
it's only after a goal.
Like a 19th player. He used to come out there right, left, front, centre. But it was... for me, I keep watching that forward setup and I keep seeing the same thing. So it's a fair call. I think in reviews you'd be going, this is happening every week. You can't get caught in that position.
Yeah. Unique Homestyle Food text, this come through and it's directed straight to Treaders, and we've got him on after 5, so don't miss that. Helen, just 1 sec. It's in capital letters, and it did make me laugh. This exact showdown last year, Treaders wanted Ken's head. ... Tom. Well, it wasn't the same round, but it was the first showdown. Yeah. Hello, Helen.
Hello. Now, I haven't run your show before, but I have to get this off my chest, and I hope you don't cut me off. Every time I hear Horn Francis' name, I shudder. He's obviously a very, very good footballer, but he's not a man of character. The poor old North Melbourne picked him as their first pick in the draft, and he signed up with them, and after a year he said, oh, bugger you, I want to go back to Port Adelaide, and it doesn't matter how you get on. And he came back here, and he plays wonderfully for Port, but wouldn't he have been a wonderful thing for North Melbourne?
Helen, are you a North Melbourne lady?
No, I'm not.
Who do you barrack for?
Crows.
Okay. If you were at the ground last night, would have you jeered and booed him?
Oh, I certainly would have. Yeah.
See, I don't get... Explain it to me, Helen. I don't get that. I'm a booer, but I don't get that. I don't get that with Jason Horne-Francis. He didn't leave your club.
No, he didn't, but he left a club.
Yeah, okay.
And that's not nice. That's not a man of character. Stephen, if you signed up and to play for somebody for 3 years or something, would you just say, oh, no, I don't want to do that? Blow you, you can get on with the game, and I'm going off.
Yeah. Kurt Tippett did it. Kurt Tippett did it.
I know he did. Yes.
Paddy
but
Dangerfield
I'm asking
left.
you, would you do it?
No.
Would you do it?
No.
So Helen,
to
I'm just assuming you're over 18?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Did you make any mistakes when you were 18?
Oh, lots.
Oh, good. I'm going to boo you on those.
Lots of mistakes.
Well, that's the reality, isn't it?
This isn't a mistake.
He was an 18-year-old kid, and he may have made a mistake, but he's now playing at Port Adelaide, so I think we can all get over that and make sure he has a successful career from there.
Thank you, Helen. You ring again because we take all points of view. Not that we agree with it. I just don't get the Jason Horne-Francis one. Far be it for me to support the kid because he nearly picked that team up on his shoulders. How was he, 20? He's now your best player, mate. He's a bloody star. Well done. Thank you for that last call. Everyone has an opinion. Hello, Robin.
Oh, hello, Tim and Rory. As a nearly 60 years of supporting Port, first of all, I'd like to congratulate the Crows. I think they had a better game plan and better skills. However, I also want to comment on what I think Port did wrong and have been doing wrong for some time. They are more focused on holding on to their opponents than going for the ball, especially in the forward lines, I find, but all over there's an awful lot of holding going on. I think, as somebody else mentioned earlier today, their forward structure has been flawed for years. They're not spreading out. They're all bunched up together, spoiling one another, and they're not leading into space. And I think their skills are not up to what they should be. So they're my main reasons. I think they lost, not the fact that Rosie was selected, I should say.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we're all disappointed about how it finished for Connor, but it wasn't the reason we lost.
Nah, it wasn't.
It was probably more on the reasons that Robin just gave. So thank you for the call, Robin.
Yeah, keep them coming in. Got that black gut Shiraz.
She's in the running now. I'm just writing Robin's name down.
Rory finished, and Saligo announced his arrival. Showdown medalist. Now that's got to tell the Crows coaches, you play talent, back him in, they won't let you down. Now, he had to wait till round 4 till he got a squirt in there. Now he's first picked. Just keep doing it.
I think you probably hit the nail on the head last night. It's almost as if you have to acknowledge that the way you went into the season, there was a lot of tactical things that weren't right.
Correct.
They've been corrected. It's
taken 8 rounds.
It's taken 8 rounds to slowly but surely turn that.
We'll put that to fog.
And it's now, what would you say?
Bearing fruit.
Bearing fruit.
They're 3 and 5. The season's back and alive. Got 10 of their next 16 away.
I need to talk to Ange here because he's normally good counsel for me. Hello, Ange.
Fire the hell up, Ange.
Guys, 3 things I'd like to say.
Done.
Number 1, thanks my GP for putting on blood pressure pills 5 years ago watching Port for the last 5 years. I'd like to thank him for that. Number 2, Helen, if your grandson was playing for North Melbourne and Taron Thomas was your mentor, I don't think you'd like him to stay there either. Number 3, Schultz is back in Adelaide. Is that correct, Tim?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he is.
What are we doing? The guy is sitting there. He's a dead-eye diddly. Why is he not at the club? And they are costing us games. We lost against North Melbourne because we're kicking between 15 to 18 points a game. I just don't understand. The guy has got talent. Why are we not getting him back at the club?
I always look at the set shots because sometimes, like last night, there was 4 rush behinds. There was kicks outside of, I think, 30 metres that we missed 9 of. And
you were naught from 13 in general play on the run.
And in set shots, 5-goal 5. So what that says is that's 50%. And as Ange would know, the 50% ain't going to cut it.
No.
You're not going to win with 50%.
It's going to be high 60s.
So I know for a fact that they've worked extremely hard, and this is where I go, coaches can do so much, and then it's got to come down to the players playing to execute. Yeah. And
under
I feel
pressure.
Like if you've worked so
Timmy,
hard,
the key word there is under pressure,
and that is the thing that's been their Achilles heel that they've got to find a way to get over.
Yeah.
More of your calls after the break. 13 minutes to 5. Treaders to join us after the 5 o'clock news. Amani, Canali, Xenia, find them all at Ignition for Men. Adelaide's home of luxury menswear. 54 Paynham Road, Stepney.
Look out for crashes at Gillis Plains on North East Road near Wandana Avenue, in Paraka on Main North Road near Research Road, and at Waterloo Corner on the Northern Expressway near Port Wakefield Road. Also look out for a burst water main in Port Adelaide on Grand Junction Road near Commercial Road. One lane is closed and speeds are at 40. Check your speed, Cavan Road, Dry Creek. Dan Murphy's don't match, they beat prices. Great Northern Original Lager, 330ml bottles, 24-pack, $48 for My Dan's members. And Sunday, choose to drink wise, T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
Monopoly Shop Scam Win is now on at Colonnades with thousands of prizes up for grabs. Find out more at monopolyshopscamwin.com.au. Australian residents 16 plus only. Ends 29 May. Keep receipt. Entry limits and terms apply. See website for details. SA permit number T232034.
G'day, it's Rory Sloan. When you buy a Leader computer, you're buying a computer made in Adelaide. You're dealing with people that live in Adelaide. And when it comes to servicing or support, it all happens in Adelaide. Not overseas, not interstate. Leader don't have to send anything off for repair. They take care of everything here. So grow your business and get behind a Leader. Leader Computers, Find your local dealer at leaderssystems.com.au.
Jarvis Toyota has moved to their brand new home in Brighton Road, Somerton Park. Take advantage of opening savings across the Toyota certified pre-owned range and enjoy the same feeling you get with a new Toyota at Jarvis Toyota. All certified pre-owned vehicles are tested and backed by Toyota, including a full service history and 90-point safety check. Toyota certified, pre-owned in a class of its own. Jarvis Toyota, now at Brighton Road, Somerton Park, proudly celebrating 22 years of great deals.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide tech guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
Here's a gift idea for Mum. Seamlessly share photos and videos with your loved ones from anywhere in the world with the FIVEAA PhotoStream 7-inch photo frame. It's a digital photo frame that connects to the internet and allows users to send photos from their devices such as a phone to the digital frame. PhotoStream's 7-inch photo frame is just $98 from Harvey Norman. They also have a larger 10-inch frame for $168. And if you really want to showcase your memories, they have a huge and stunning 15.6-inch photo frame from $298. Tell them I sent you in and receive a bonus $20 Harvey Norman gift card with any FIVEAA PhotoStream purchase, limited to 2 bonuses per customer. See the range of FIVEAA PhotoStream digital photo frames now at Harvey Norman.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
After 25 years of delivering perfect service, ACET Couriers is evolving to better reflect what they do now. They're not just couriers, they're your go-to for fast, secure and reliable national transport solutions, now known as ACET Transport Solutions. Darren, Chris and the team at ACET Transport Solutions have a fleet of over 220 vehicles delivering any size parcel and any size pallet to anywhere in Australia. Book online at acettransport.au. Don't send it, ACET.
Lads, where are we thinking for our same race multi?
Let's see. With Ladbrokes, we can place one at Doomben, Moonee Valley.
Bet on more tracks and race codes than ever before with the Ladbrokes same race multi. T's and C's apply. See website for details. You win some, you lose more.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AAA Sports Show.
It's 9 minutes to 5. We want to give away that Rusden Blackgut Shiraz 8223 0000 for our best caller tonight on our Showdown flavoured Footy Friday. Treaders is going to join us after 5 o'clock as well. You can chat to him on the phone.
Well, humour is a bit of therapy.
It can be.
To be able to laugh at yourself and have a laugh
yes.
in times of turmoil
is
good for you.
Yeah, time and humour, yes.
Here's a text.
Okay.
Hey, gents, I hear that it's not very rosy, R-O-Z-E-E, down at Port Adelaide. That's from Joe.
Oh, is that it? You got to give me more than that.
Timmy, I thought that was good.
Oh, Phil at least did
Ka-ching, where's the...
this one.
Boom tish, the boom tish.
Didn't even deserve that.
It wasn't mine, it was a text.
Well, Phil from
Henley
Henley Beach, at least he put a bit of work into his. He said, look, here's a poem for the week. Now that Stephen's lip is off the floor and the Crows faithful can cheer once more, it's Timmy's turn to watch Port crash and burn with injuries galore. And calls for Ken to be out the door. Well, that's not...
that is clever.
See, now that's
clever.
He gets
that's better.
A bit of a
slight
clap.
clap.
I don't,
slow clap.
That's good.
Golfer's clap.
No, I don't want to do any of those things. Thank you.
On
Phil.
Monday, I said to Treaders, and he took me to
suggestion?
task. We've got him after 5.
Yes.
Crows cannot lose. Hello, Scotty at Findon.
Rowey. I woke up this morning. My phone wasn't charged. I went down to make a coffee. The milk was expired. I paid $2.50 for my petrol to get into work. The boss gave me a spray for being late, but it's bloody beautiful because the Crows won. How good's a Friday when your team's won? But I just want to quickly say there's not enough appreciation for the work that Worrell and Makalani did last night and what they've done so far for the season.
Outstanding.
Because we went into this season with our back line as the big question, but right now, the whole year they've stood up. Mark Keane, Makalani, they're just absolutely shining, and I think there needs to be a bit more of a spotlight and a big gold star down there.
Well, I nearly would have given Keane BOG if he had clunked a couple more of those marks. He was superb, but they're the three. They have gelled. Scotty, great call. You're in the running. Hello, Adrian.
G'day, Roy. G'day, Timmy. How you going?
Adrian.
G'day, Tim. Mate,
Crow supporter, so I'm happy with the result. I'm not going to rub salt into the wounds, mate, because I can hear that you're hurting, and it does hurt when your team loses a showdown. But
correct.
The two things I can hear from Port supporters ringing in are forward structure and desperation of players, of personnel. If you, like you said earlier, if you've got no movement in the forward line, doesn't matter how good your mids are, and you've got a bloody good mid side, you're going to kick it up in the air, and because what are you going to do? So I'd question whether the forward coach with the forward drills are what you need it to be. The other thing is desperation. You lack desperation when you get comfortable, and I think there's been a few people there, either players or coaches or staff, that are comfortable, and you're not going to be desperate enough when you're comfortable.
Adrian, can I give him that bottle?
Oh, not yet, but he's right on the front.
He's on the podium.
Look, it's a great call, because I reckon I said it at the end of last year. I said, you can't be comfortable with being comfortable.
No.
And
you like
any winning environment has healthy friction.
Conflict and friction.
You're on the edge.
And question. Great one. This bloke here is on the podium, on the text line. Row, you tell Port fans not to pot people on your show, but all you do is pot the Crows list manager. Horrific. Yes, I do. Hello, Rob.
Lad, how good was that last night? 53,000 people, all the planets lined up. We had Sloaney, the retiree, and the lap of honour, Dan Curtin, the debutant, and the milestone man, Crouchy. Scotty stole some of my thunder, but Worrell, Michelani, Borlays, Hinge, Keane and Butts, they're all great. And we got Murray coming back. Saligo, Rankin and Crouch, Lairdy in the middle. And 5 of our next 7 games are at home.
Yeah. Rob, superb. Well done. Very positive. The other thing, Tim, we sat there and watched the entire Samford Crows Port game.
Yep.
Is your cupboard bare? Or you got a lot of injuries?
No, it didn't look great. I mean, there's some injuries like Sam Powell-Pepper, Ollie Lord, Mackenzie.
Aaliyah was out, so a lot of them had to come up.
So you sort of go...
But no more than the Crows.
4 or 5 can make a bit of a hole, but no, there's... they've been hanging in there for the last 3 weeks and getting beat by 2 to 3 goal. It almost looked like they... ran out of puff, and that was in the first half. They fought back to just go even after that, but the game was over by half time. And sadly, there would be maybe 2-3 names that might be able to put some pressure on selection. That's maybe about it.
Well, the Crows' next 5 are all midfielders. Schomburg was outstanding. Dowling's going to be a player.
And that was the difference. You could see
the midfield of the Crows just slaughtered you.
Which is
so you've got top end, but then nothing else.
Very, very young.
Very young.
As well with the listed players.
That's
very
it.
young.
That's it. Hello, Brett.
Good afternoon, fellas. Timmy, do you know why Connor Rosie was on the bench for so long, before they made the decision to, change? Because I think they lost a lot of momentum when he was on the bench and, they were making a decision whether to substitute him or not. The other player could have come along. I can't remember who it was, but, went 10 minutes or so to make the decision.
It was nearly 11, I think, Brett. And I don't think they did it till 3/4 time anyway, as in activating the sub. So, Brett, it's a good question because I was actually, you may be surprised, I was a bit out of my mind at that stage. And I was going, why is he still sitting there? Why hasn't there been a decision made?
Make a decision.
I was losing because I'm going, you've got to make the call.
But he came back on too in the third term after that 10-minute spell.
And I was like, we knew that, and remember he grabbed it and he just could not kick, and so he just gave it off, and it was like, no, just make the call.
And then not long after that, the iceberg comment came out, or the glacier, and you asked whether a glacier is made of ice.
Moved like a
frozen glacier.
Timmy, come on, mate. It'll be all right.
I told you, I had my own issues.
It was a night to forget for our Timmy G. I wonder what Treaders thinks. He's coming up straight after the 5 o'clock news.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Now what are you looking for in there?
Have you seen the tape measure?
No, what do you need it for?
Found it.
Oh, I know. You're measuring it again. Just leave it alone.
I think it's gotten a bit longer, hun, so I might need to cut a bit off.
Okay, but since you got the new mower from Stanford Mowers, you've been really fixated on the length of the lawn.
Size matters, hun, doesn't it?
Not at all.
Stanford Mowers, for very meticulous mowers. 590 Main North Road, Jeps Cross. stanfordmowers.com.au.
Looking for a job or career advice? Don't miss the Careers and Employment Expo. Talk with over 200 educators and employers. Jobs and career advice for all ages. Adelaide Showground, May 10 and 11. Free entry. kjex.com.au.
You think COVID is behind us? Not so. In 1 week in March, there were 1,200 new cases in our state, so the search continues for fresh vaccines. If you're between 18 and 80, you've had 3 COVID vaccinations, and you're in good health, you could join a study group to test a new COVID fighter. Like to take part? You'll be remunerated for your time. Call Fusion on 1800 387 466, that's 1800 387 466, or check fusiontrials.com.au.
Don't forget to make Mum's Day on the 12th of May. Show her the Silk Laser Clinic's love with our signature high-performance microdermabrasion, just $129. Save $40. Or make every day a good skin day with a Silk gift card. Available in our clinics or order online, straight to her inbox. With 67 clinics across Australia, she can enjoy a treatment from any of our laser, skin, aesthetics or body services. Make her day. Visit silklaser.com.au.
The news and information that matters. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Down to 8 tonight, partly cloudy and 22 tomorrow. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher. High Impulse successfully launched their SR-75 rocket from the Kuniba test range near Ceduna this afternoon. It's one of the largest commercially launched rockets in Australian history. A crowd who travelled to the area from across Australia and Europe were on hand to witness the launch. High domestic violence rates were top of the agenda at a key meeting of police ministers today as the opposition expresses some support for a royal commission into the issue. Zach De Silva reports from Canberra.
Amid community anger over rates of violence against women, state and territory police ministers have met to discuss solutions. They're considering reforms to bail laws and more data sharing on high-risk perpetrators. Federal Attorney General Mark Dreyfus has chaired the talks and says all levels of government need to work together.
The nation is united in demanding that political leaders act.
Some advocates want a domestic violence royal commission, which opposition leader Peter Dutton says could provide some answers.
I think there's a strong argument for a royal commission if that's what's required.
The government isn't supporting such an inquiry, saying practical action is needed instead.
Federal Police and the Australian Embassy in Mexico are working with local officials in the search for 2 Perth brothers who've gone missing on a surfing trip. The men failed to arrive at their accommodation 4 days ago. 3 Mexican nationals have been arrested in relation to their disappearance. Foreign Minister Penny Wong says consular assistance is being offered to the family of the 2 men.
We are obviously deeply concerned, deeply worried. I can indicate that our embassy in Mexico as well as the Australian Federal Police are working in support of local authorities.
Australia will conduct more joint naval exercises with the US, Japan and the Philippines as tensions continue to grow in the Pacific. Defence ministers from the 4 countries have met in Hawaii. The Philippines will also receive extra military support as its territory comes under increasing pressure from China. Australia's Defence Minister Richard Marles says the talks have further improved ties between the 4 friendly nations.
The meetings that we have held represent a very significant message to the region and to the world about 4 democracies which are committed to the global rules-based order. We've spoken about an increased tempo of defence exercises.
Cost of living pressures are not having a big impact on new car sales. The automotive industry set a new record in April, achieving the highest ever year-to-date new vehicle sales. 97,202 vehicles were sold last month, taking the yearly total so far to more than 400,000, 50,000 more than at the same time last year. Now turning to 5AA sport, and Port's Connor Rowey is the talk of the showdown. Coach Ken Hinkley has admitted he made a mistake selecting Rowey for the game, given hamstring concerns during the week. But the skipper has told 10 the buck stops with him.
Yeah, I'm taking full ownership. I was ready to play. I felt like they asked me if I wanted to play. I clearly did. My body felt like I was in a position to do that. Clearly hasn't worked, and we'll have to reevaluate, and this will probably give me some good experience in the future with any other soft tissue injuries.
Joining Rowey on the Powers injury list, Mitch Georgiades, Lucky Jones and Todd Marshall. Tonight the action moves to the MCG. Carlton and Collingwood go head-to-head. Will Pekowski has been included in Victoria's 28-player squad for the 2024-25 summer. Pekowski's future had been in limbo since suffering concussion in March. And Tiger Woods has accepted a special exemption to play in the US Open at Pinehurst next month. His automatic qualification period from the 2019 Masters has now run out. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Reducing greenhouse gas emissions is critical in the production of SA copper. It's happening now at BHP.
Crashes to look out for this afternoon. Salisbury North on Waterloo Corner Road near the Bagster Road and Martins Road intersection. Selix Hill on Main South Road near Country Road. Paraka on Main North Road near Research Road. In Gillis Plains on North East Road near Wandana Avenue. And in Waterloo Corner, a double truck crash on the Northern Expressway near Port Wakefield Road. The Audi end of financial year event is here. Receive reductions equal to the amount of GST on the manufacturer's recommended list price across a wide range of Audi models. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Down to 8 tonight, partly cloudy 22 tomorrow, Sunday mostly sunny 23 and sunny on Monday 22. Right now it's 18 degrees. Now let's check what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Braglis. Tonight, the push to get SA kids jabbed, why most are right now vulnerable to rising flu cases. The showdown mistake that's left Port's captain sidelined. Your first look at plans for a multi-million-dollar surf break right here in Adelaide. And staying fit for life. The best age women should begin an exercise routine. 9 News. Your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
At Coles, there's great value hands down across fruit and veg this week. Like delicious South Australian Pink Lady apples. Just $3 a kilo. Just $3. Get great value hands down at Coles. Offer ends Tuesday.
It all started with a pen and paper 35 years ago. Lots of ideas and a ton of innovation. Nothing's changed. Beechwood Homes is still building stunning bespoke homes right across South Australia. Under construction right now is another Beechwood Homes masterpiece at Blackwood Park. This new display home will showcase Beechwood's dedication to cutting-edge design, craftsmanship and innovation. If you can dream it, Beechwood Homes can build it. Life's good. It's even better in a Beechwood home.
G'day, it's Rory Sloan. Good leaders always look to support local. Like Leader Computers, Australia's largest Australian-owned PC manufacturer, based right here in South Australia. Having a world-class manufacturer of computers is a big win for our state, providing jobs and local support you simply can't get from overseas companies. For the latest Intel and Microsoft-based computers at great pricing with the huge benefit of local support, find your local dealer at leadersystems.com.au.
Setting the agenda for South Australia. This is 5AA, always Adelaide.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
7 after 5 on this Showdown Footy Friday for Rusden Wine. Still to come, we'll chat to the Crows forward Darcy Fogarty. We have Terry McAuliffe from racing.com with his tips for the weekend, plus your calls. It is all about your post-showdown thoughts. If you want to win that bottle of Rusden Blackgut Shiraz, call in, get it off your chest, 8223 0000, and jump on the Foodland live stream for Facebook and YouTube because Warren Gary Treadray is here for Ignition for Men.
Treadray! Warren Treadray. Thanks to Ignition for Men. Amani, Canali, Xenia. Find them all at Ignition for Men, Adelaide's home of luxury menswear. 54 Paynham Road, Stepney.
I guarantee I did not place that
Rowey,
song.
You left.
I didn't do it.
You blokes play a promo song, I'm a loser, baby, so why don't you kill me?
Hang on.
That's what the song was. Play it again. Have you got it again, Tuggers?
That was not.
This was the background music before I got introduced.
You know this one.
He does not know.
I'm a loser,
He won't know.
baby.
He won't know. Oh, don't say that.
I had nothing to do with that.
Yeah. Yes, well, there you go.
I did play the Calviet one, unfortunately. The soft underbelly one.
Well, welcome, Warren. You here for Ignition for Men?
Yep.
Hopefully, yes.
That's the brighter side of my life right now.
Good point.
And also, I must go back, and I'm not apologising, but I am suggesting at 5:15 and 10 seconds on Monday afternoon, the 29th of April 2024, when someone said, we cannot lose, you were bloody right.
Thank you.
No worries. Happy to be
But you took it out of context.
No, you even said I didn't. So I'm actually apologising. So you're now letting me off the hook. I'm not taking off the hook, thank you.
He's patting us on the head today.
Yeah.
Well, you've been doing it to me for the first 5 rounds.
I've been trying to help you.
Well, okay, Tridders, let's get down to it. What in God's name happened?
Got beaten by a better team.
No, it's not.
No, we did. No. I'm giving Adelaide
on the
credit.
day.
Yeah.
How could Crows beat you up?
Well,
with that list you've got.
How? Because fundamentally names mean nothing unless you come to play.
Yep,
and we've all been a part of games where we thought we're favourites,
yep.
We're going to win, we're going to dominate. Adelaide have worked out Port right now. Last 3 showdowns suggest that they're going to back themselves in. Next time they roll out the showdown in round 20-something?
22, I think.
22, I reckon.
22. Second last round, I think it is, whatever that works out to be. Or third last, maybe. They're going to back themselves to go, hey, we know we can get the job done here. And it was glaring. Look at the RAA insurance stats from last night. Won the contest on the outside.
23, yep.
Won the contest on the inside. Contestable, uncontestable. You can talk about plus inside 50s, clearances. Yeah, Adelaide were better for longer and more efficient. And ideal start. Did Port get 100% things right? Selection, did we get the fact that Lachie Jones was dragged to full back? I thought if for that to work in terms of playing him as that third tall defender, tall, small, he needed to be the high guy. I flagged it at the time and said, hang on, he's not the guy to be playing out of the cage, so to speak. That is a Radaglia or that is a Zerk Thatcher. And that changed after 5 minutes because Fogg had kicked 2 goals. But I thought we as a team, Port needed to fight those matchups harder. But the Rattlers couldn't get enough ball pressure. Tried to press up hard and, they got
slungshot over the back.
Adelaide play that, and Campo touched on it well. He's watched a lot more of Adelaide than I have. But when they had an extra behind the footy, because Port was obviously protecting their back half because of Lear out, best intercept player, it gave Adelaide that transition footy. They're the best transition team in the comp last year. Port is the contest and the stoppage team. So they got that, but they didn't get any real quality out. You talk about more inside 50s. Adelaide went into forward line with space. Port went in with extra numbers. Adelaide did really, really well. Matthew Nicks complimented, got the job done. Players delivered. Tick. I'm not going to sit here and lie and tell that Port,
No.
Yeah, we didn't get a number of things right. The Rosie thing, the coach owned it last night. He fell on the landmine. It's not just him. Connor was a senior player, first-time hamstring, captain, wanted to play. Medical team ticked it off. I saw the fitness test and thought, wow, hang on. Maybe it isn't what I thought. But then that's the other bit from...
He wasn't right for the first bounce. How could you get that so wrong? It reeked of desperation.
Well,
it did.
Club. I can't disagree with that because we didn't get it right. But I must admit, and I had this chat with Campo, he goes, it's too small. I said, I get that, but do you make a hard and fast rule? Maybe that's where Port goes to from now.
So
I don't know.
Does your medical team get bullied, do they, by your coaching staff? Because this isn't the first time they've been overruled.
You not get bullied. It's a collaborative. All 3 people ticked it off.
But Timmy and I, from our era... The doctor medically has the last say. No, he's got a nick in his hand, he's not playing. Didn't matter what the coach said. He's got a nick in his hand, he's not playing.
Yeah, well, things probably... I'm not close enough to the inside of the football, the discussion. I was sitting on the balcony when that discussion was happening. I was watching training.
But everyone in footy...
But you've got to trust people to make their decisions.
Well, that's okay. They did and they got it wrong.
Absolutely.
But everyone knew that was going to be the outcome. We all did, didn't we, Tim?
Well, no, we didn't.
It was a fear.
It was a fear. No, look, Lachie Jones did the same thing about 3 weeks earlier and played.
It's not his Emmy. This is a bloke, Sammy, who's as dynamic a player as I've seen the last 10 years.
But my point is that in a similar situation, it worked out. Don't get me wrong, I'm not hiding away from the decision. hindsight, got it way wrong. No one's hiding from that.
I think the soft tissue versus joint is always a good argument for me.
Yeah, but Lockie
Soft
Jones
tissue,
was a
higher risk.
hammy.
Joint you can
jab
and tape up. So Ken Hinkley afterwards was asked, because let's face it, we know 518 is not a good score in anybody's language.
No.
And how that went in, was it personnel, was it method? And this is how Ken answered.
There's probably a couple of things. You've got to go to game style first and foremost. Are we getting the shots that we need to get in the positions that we need to get them? Have we got what we need in front of the ball to allow us to convert more often than not? And at the moment, the simple answer right here, right now, is the answer to both of those questions is no to what we've got in front of the ball, and yes to we need to look at the way we move the ball collectively through the ground and into our forward 50, and then not just be pleased that we've got 10 more entries than the opposition for I don't know how many times in a row.
So I made the comment in the opener, Treaders, that sort of it's feeling like Groundhog Day for me, because we've sort of been here, done that quite a few times. I can remember the Richmond final with Grimes and McGovern at West Coast and things like that. So I just wonder, how do you see our forward line currently? How do you see the way we enter our forward line? One of the things that frustrates me is I think sometimes players have the ball and they're looking inside and nothing's happening inside 50, so they end up deciding, well, what else can I do?
Well, connection's a word that's
buzzword.
It's buzz.
Sexy at the moment. Yeah. But the reality is the midfield-forward connection from a person who used to play as a forward needs to get better. I think when you look at Port pre-Horn Francis, Rosie Butters playing as main midfielders, we had more workmanlike kicks. Ollie, Bulls, Boki, those types of players in and around the footy. Their is to get plenty of footy. It's not exquisite skills, right? That's what they brought. Their strength was the contest. We've now got a midfield, right? And I'm put Park Adelaide to the side, but we've got a midfield now that's probably as good at kicking and dynamic midfield when it's going our way than anyone in the comp. I don't think our method inside forward 50 matches that at times. And what causes that? Opposition, right? But also to a reluctance to hit the lead up. But on the other side, how many times do we look forward as a key forward? And I can't hide away from it because there's a nice thing on social media at the moment, Timmy's screaming to get in front. But that was about the 10th time. And this has been a constant period of bit, right? And I don't work with the forwards coach, Chad Corns, or Ken Hinkley to understand what their method or what they're trying to do. But I do see high and long, kick to space. I do see wide. I do see set shots with 5-5, right, to 7-1 yesterday in the showdown. That's the game. But also, too, no shots inside 30 metres. When, a long time ago, when I played, it was all about marking the ball in the V, 45-degree angle. You don't want to be marking it wide. Wide is the last resort, and then try and square it up and come inside. You want to get better angles, better conversion shots. So I think it's a combination of a lot of things. Personnel, ball movement, kicking, playing to your strength, and then also connection. The first thing I'd be doing, if I was a Todd Marshall or a Charlie Dixon or a Georgiadis, go and get Rosie and Butters, build the relationship with them so you know how they come out of contest. You know that Butters is going to hit the dinky kick. You're going to have to be in his eyes. You know that someone else... You've got to know who your teammates are. Roger James could do left or right, and you knew he could kick the bullet or the long one. Stewie Dew could drop it anywhere. Left foot, 60, 20. You know what I mean? Other guys, Peter Burgon will wind up, drop that little pass in. Sean Burgon can do the small one or the long one.
But you've got to
know who you are. You've got to be moving.
You're moving.
And this is the bit that I learnt very much. Jason Cripps, who's Port's list manager, came in the end of 06, had a crook knee. It had gone from being the main power forward to a transition of 4 forwards. We got to a grand final, got belted. But we had young Westhoff, Robbie Gray was around the mark, Motlop, Ebo and myself. And it was all about constantly moving, different matchups, changing positions all the time, and knowing your kickers and rotating. So I think there's a bit of improvement. There's clearly a lot of improvement where it's about the method and spending time together, but also staying out of people's space. Because when that long ball's coming in, we are constantly seeing when Port's under the pump as a midfield, you've got 3 or 4 guys flying for the same footy. The good forwards, and look what Richmond did back in 17. They did one main man, and then they played the Mosquito Fleet. They're playing to the strengths of their list. So this is the bit that I think we've got some upside. Marshall is a great leading pattern forward. He's not your bullocking Charlie Dixon. They want it differently, but you can't kick the ball to Marshall the same way you're going to kick at Dixon and expect him to succeed. So this is where the upside is. I'm not trying to give an excuse, but I'm trying to give you some forward craft to say, hey, when a halfback's under pressure, you've got to be out in the wing in front of his eyes to give him something to kick to. That's the upside. There's a massive upside for this if they're willing to embrace a little bit of change.
Yeah, something's not working. Hello, Pete.
Boys, how you going?
You got treaders?
Hey, young Tim, don't stress about blowing a gasket, mate. Happens to the best of us.
Yep.
Secondly, another year of Port Adelaide promising the world and delivering an Atlas. Absolute disgrace last week, and you could see, or this week, and you could see it coming from 3 weeks ago. The way they rolled over against Collingwood, pathetic. Last week against St Kilda, scrappy game, ineffective in front of goal, and it's just carried on to this week. The same points can get brought up, but what's actually really been done about it? Their high press at the start of the game, they attack like a ball in a China shop, but geez, they get cut up on turnover. Those first 2 goals by the Crows were just, it's getting painful, to be honest. It's getting painful.
Thanks, Pete.
No, that's a good point on the press.
Thanks,
I thought
Pete.
it was clearly Port went to come to press hard on Adelaide, but that's also Adelaide's strength too. So because they didn't instigate or turn over that first footy, you're then caught. Walker bounces the ball, kicks from 50. No one was in QE because they penetrated that 60 metres. So it's a high risk, high reward game, but we just didn't get it right.
Hello, Kim.
G'day, guys. How are you?
Hey, Kim.
Just a couple of points. Selection is garbage, really. You know, Marshall, Burton, McEntee. We've had these conversations for 12 months now. And frankly, I think Ken needs to actually play the kids rather than his favourites. That's the first point. I think that Trevor's touched on before is that, you know, the back six are struggling. They're very slow. They don't have the take to come up and back consistently. So I don't understand why they can't change how they play to adjust to your list. And then the last thing I just want to talk about is I saw an interview with Rashuto and Ken on the Fox pre-game, and Rue asked Ken what was he worried about, and Ken basically said, well, it's a showdown, so I'm worried. And I just feel like he's going through the motions, and we talk about, you know, passion and edge and playing on edge. Well, if the coach is not doing it and showing the guys how to do it, I don't think you can expect the play to play with that edge.
I think the key bit, the first part is selection. I can understand the question marks on some of it, but you see the Maggie's team that took to the field. There's a lot of young kids. There's a gap. And with Power Pepper out, we talked about it pre-game and in the call. McEntee's probably the best option, but he gets dropped out for form 2 weeks earlier and doesn't play. So I think right now,
a unique play. You don't have another one of him.
But what's happening right now, you're sort of being bitten by injury. But as you say, that's an opportunity for someone, and maybe the selection committee decide to throw an opportunity to a young player. Many years ago, there was a young kid called Burn Jones that didn't warrant getting into the team until they eventually gave him a go, and he made a career of it. So, but yeah, there's a lot of frustration. I can hear it, I see it, I feel it.
Keep the calls
and
coming.
And there's
in.
no bigger loss.
No.
Well, other than a final, is the showdown.
More of your calls straight after the break. It's 21 minutes after 5. Thanks to Ignition for Men, Amani, Kanali, Xenia. Find them all there at Ignition for Men, Adelaide's home of luxury menswear at 54 Paynham Road, Stepney. Checking your roads.
Crashes about this afternoon at Brompton on Hawker Street near Coglan Street, Salisbury North on Waterloo Corner Road near the Bagster Road Martins Road intersection, Sellex Hill on Main South Road near Country Road, Gillis Plains on North East Road near Wandana Avenue, Paraka on Main North Road near Research Road, and at Waterloo Corner on the Northern Expressway near Port Wakefield Road. Skip the burnt breakfast, raise a toast to mum instead with Wolf Blass Grey Label Shiraz 2021 $30. Was $40. Only at BWS. T's and C's apply. Choose to drink wise. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
G'day, it's Rory Sloane. Schools, councils and businesses all over South Australia choose Leader Computers for very important reasons. Leader is local and offers exceptional value. No matter what happens, Leader can be on site to fix your problem. No overseas or interstate call centres to deal with. Plus, Leader Computers is a 100% owned and operated South Australian company, offering fast same-day delivery and setup. Grow your business and get behind a leader. Find your local dealer at leadersystems.com.au.
After 25 years of delivering perfect service, ACET Couriers is evolving to better reflect what they do now. They're not just couriers, they're your go-to for fast, secure and reliable national transport solutions, now known as ACET Transport Solutions. Darren, Chris and the team at ACET Transport Solutions have a fleet of over 220 vehicles delivering any size parcel and any size pallet to anywhere in Australia. Book online at acettransport.au. Don't send it, ACET.
Lads, where are we thinking for our same race multi?
Let's see. With Ladbrokes, we can place one at Doomben, Moonee Valley.
Bet on more tracks and race codes than ever before with the Ladbrokes Same Race Multi. T's and C's apply. See website for details. You win some, you lose more.
We've all got our favourites in life, and there's nothing better than going to your wine rack and seeing a few of these in there. Let me tell you, I'm going to be one down because I've got to give Marco the black guts.
Has he rung yet to collect?
He rang last night on the call.
I'm off fishing tonight. I'm taking a Boundaries.
Okay.
And
nice.
Uncle Willie's Port.
Oh,
and at midnight we've got to be in bed.
You know who we're talking about. It's the Barossa, Ancient Souls, Old Vines. Who got it? First class they are.
Well, I invited Christian, but he's too busy. He's doing his last...
He's got one more bid, has he?
It's been the latest year for years at the Barossa. So to everyone that's still crushing or everyone that's still in vintage,
keep listening.
Well done, keep going. And I've heard it's going to be a ripper. Christian's words to me, we will have a ripping vintage.
Beautiful.
How good's that? Rusden wines, love them. Make your next red a Rusden. Mine will be tonight. It's Boundaries. I might have a black guts or two. Yeah. And when I get up in the morning, it'll be black.
Don't
worry about that.
I'm almost smiling again.
Check out rusdenwines.com.au.
There are electrical safety recalls on solar home batteries, branded LG, LG Chem, and inside some Solax products. Affected batteries may overheat and catch fire, resulting in injury, death or damage to property. Incidents have occurred and caused damage to property. Even if you have checked before, please check again by visiting lghomebattery.com.au or by calling 1300 677 273. That's 1300 677 273.
It's SA's biggest cover-up, and thousands of pool owners all over South Australia are implicated. Who's at the centre of it? Walco, of course. Put your pool to bed for winter with a Walco Guardian pool cover. Made right here in SA, a Walco Guardian pool cover will preserve your chemicals, keep your water clean, and you won't need to run your pump. The savings are amazing. Join the great cover-up and get a Walco Guardian pool cover. Visit walco.com.au.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
26 after 5. Your showdown calls 8223 0000 for that Rusden Black Guts. Treaders is here on the Foodland live stream.
We just want to play one of the grabs from Ken Hinkley. After the game, he spoke about the team.
Sums our season up that we have a very soft underbelly and give away some very poor goals.
Sorry, that was.
Are you talking about your own body contour?
Sorry, that was Carl Viet.
Oh,
sorry.
I thought you were talking about your own body contour.
I meant to press
soft
Ken
underbelly.
Hinkley.
Don't be nice. Don't come on. Winners are grinners, not arrogant.
I should have pushed that button, but
Mate,
I think it relates.
Why would you say that when you could not lose? You were right.
Hello,
just celebrate the win. Don't be arrogant.
Well, I've got a lot of Crows people on the text line saying go harder. And I can tend to just play into that a bit. Hello, Market Freeling.
Hey, okay. Look, as most people that I know and you guys know, I'm a Crow supporter through and through. Right now,
be nice, bud. Be nice.
I'll be nice. I'm going to be really nice. But a showdown, like for all of us, and you ask any past player, any player today, a showdown is almost, if not, as important as a grand final. Connor Rosey playing.
Come on.
Hey, it is. You might say it's not. As a supporter, when the Crows lose, it's not a good feeling for us. We cop it. But for Connor Rosey, he's the captain of the team, man. Of course, he's always got. He would have gone out there in a wheelchair if he wanted. He should be patted on the back. He went out there injured for his club. You can't get any more of a leader than that.
Yeah,
the man deserves a pat on the back.
Yeah, but the other side of it too is you got to understand, and I think also too he's first hammy, so you don't know.
You don't know.
Really. You got to learn from your mistakes.
Yeah,
and that,
that's
and, you know,
a good call. So take
I know
it
he's
out of his hands,
I know he's
Trevor's.
taken out the PIW.
Take it out of his hands.
Yeah, well, maybe that's the decision the footy department will
high
make.
performance should have. You know what? I'm with you, Mark. I took my daughter home because she went to Tina Turner. I said, cross the bridge, meet me at the main gates, we'll drive home. My car drove itself home. I didn't have to steer it. It just
should have gone to Tina Turner.
Just drove. She's got chunky legs.
Who?
Did you go to Tina Turner the other night? Great voice, but...
Rowey. Yep. Okay, let's go to Joshua. Hello, Joshua at Black Forest.
Timmy just threw the smoke bomb. Get me out of here.
Yeah, I did. Hello, Joshua.
Hey, guys.
Well, Tina Turner had the most beautiful pins. This one had like a
we want to hear from Joshua now.
Hello, Josh.
Show. Let's go, Joshua.
This one's for Treaders. I was just wondering why. I know Port Adelaide, I guess, have some good forwards, but I'm just wondering why we have never targeted a real power forward like a Charlie Curnow.
Well, Charlie Curnow's not available, and I think if we look at who are the guys who've been available, let's go back and quick history lesson. Geez, who was the last big free agent? There's two come to mind. One ended up at Geelong. He's probably the best player in the game, best forward in the game. Cameron wanted to go home to Victoria after being at GWS.
Yep.
Well, came home probably on less money than he was on already at GWS. So they've got to come to a state they want to go home to, right? So it's either opportunity, money, or home, where you could sort of, like Dangerfield didn't not like Adelaide, but he wanted to go home, raise a family, get into the Geelong system, live at Moggs Creek. Adelaide didn't offer that, sadly, for them. You know what I mean? And you look at the other one, who was that? Was Tom Lynch from the Gold Coast. He'd spent 7 years at the Gold Coast. Everyone wants to sling him for loyalties and rah-rah. I heard that lady talk about it before, having a crack at Horn Francis, but you can't shoot people who want to leave. Dawson joined Adelaide. Bryce Gibbs came back to Adelaide. You know what I mean? So you can't question that. So you look at Tom Lynch and go, Tom Lynch wanted to go to Richmond. Richmond had room in the salary cap. He took a pay cut to be a part of a team and won 2 premierships. And he was going home to Victoria. Why did Port not try and do? They would if they were available. But there's not many finished article senior forwards who've been available that either Port or Adelaide have been able to get.
Yeah.
They've landed all the guys that want to come between the two teams, but there hasn't been a bona fide A-grade star power forward available.
You know, Crows could have got Charlie Curnow. They picked Wayne Miller, and the next pick was Charlie Curnow.
Yep.
And
but then also Charlie Curnow missed 3 years of footy playing basketball, busting his knee.
Well, and he had a DUI, and there was a few things like that. That was a little bit...
Took a while for
I was doing the show with Bix, and we went to town. You need a forward, you need a forward, you need a forward, you need a forward. Got Wayne Miller.
No, but you still got Fogarty. You got Fogarty, and Fogarty's going to be a player who flourishes when Tex retires.
I'm just saying.
No, I know.
The very next pick.
There's a story to tell on every side, and I get your point. I get your point.
Just making a point. Crows could have had him.
All right, Treaders, thanks for coming in. You know there's only one place to visit for the finest suits in Adelaide. It is... Ignition for Men. Come on, mate.
No, I know it is.
Have you got on?
No, have you got? I'm thinking.
What?
Have you been in for your?
Oh yeah.
Hang on, I've been in for my first measure up. Have you been back in?
Not back.
No, I haven't.
No, just the first measure.
Oh, I heard you'd already been in and out.
No.
I thought I've been backdoored here. I thought we were doing the great unveil.
No, it's all together.
The fabric that I selected is no longer made. It's been phased out, a bit like me. So I had to.
So you pick fabric that's not available.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
We got phased out, and then I had to phase myself back in and pick another one.
Is that a sign of the times?
Could be. Ignition for Men offering the unparalleled quality and style of Armani, Canali, Xenia and more. Ignition for Men, 54 Paynham Road, Stepney.
Suits, sweaters, jeans, the whole lot.
Love it.
Amazing.
Hot to trot.
5:30 headlines. Darcy Fogarty to join us next.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good evening, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. High domestic violence rates were top of the agenda at a meeting of police ministers today. A new report has cast doubts on Australia's housing targets, warning property will likely get even less affordable in coming years. The parents of 2 missing Australian brothers are heading to Mexico as a grim discovery is made during the search. And in sport, round 8 in the AFL continues tonight with Carlton and Collingwood at the MCG. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Reducing greenhouse gas emissions is critical in the production of SA copper. It's happening now at BHP.
Crashes about this afternoon at Jeps Cross on Main North Road near Matthews Road, Hilton on South Road near Sir Donald Brabman Drive, Andrews Farm on Andrews Road near Curtis Road, Salisbury North on Waterloo Corner Road near the Bagster Road intersection, Sellex Hill on Main South Road near Country Road, and in Paraka on Main North Road near Research Road. Freedom's ultimate sofa sale ends Sunday. Get 10 to 50% off all sofas. That's every sofa in every size, style and colour. Only at Freedom, home of sofas. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast down to 8 tonight, partly cloudy and 22 for your Saturday. Right now it's 17. We'll have more news at 6 and as it happens on 5AA.
5AA Mornings with Matthew Pantelis.
Graham at Craigmore on domestic violence. G'day, Graham.
That's exactly what happened to my mother. Albeit that my father used to beat the living crap out of just to get his way.
Gee.
But that goes on all the time, Matthew. That sort of thing goes on, it's just not on.
Matthew Pantelis.
Absolutely, I can only imagine what you used to think as a child. It must have been just terrible.
Weekday mornings from 9 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide tech guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
Here's a gift idea for Mum. Seamlessly share photos and videos with your loved ones from anywhere in the world with the FIVEAA PhotoStream 7-inch photo frame. It's a digital photo frame that connects to the internet and allows users to send photos from their devices such as a phone to the digital frame. PhotoStream's 7-inch photo frame is just $98 from Harvey Norman. They also have a larger 10-inch frame for $168. And if you really want to showcase your memories, they have a huge and stunning 15.6-inch photo frame from $298. Tell them I sent you in and receive a bonus $20 Harvey Norman gift card with any FIVEAA PhotoStream purchase, limited to 2 bonuses per customer. See the range of FIVEAA PhotoStream digital photo frames now at Harvey Norman.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
Good health is contagious. And at Bupa, we're helping our almost 4 million members live healthier. Join Bupa for award-winning health insurance and feel good health catch on.
There's a new kid on the block at Wayville. Literally. Wayville Hyundai. Adelaide's newest family-owned Hyundai dealer has landed with the full range at 11 Goodwood Road, Wayville. Change the way you Hyundai at Wayville Hyundai. Driven by Australian Motors.
Pathology is an essential part of our healthcare system, and 70% of all our medical decisions rely on pathology tests. They help GPs and other healthcare professionals diagnose illnesses, diseases and infections, and we all benefit from pathology being bulk billed. But government funding hasn't increased in 24 years, so to keep pathology affordable and accessible for all Australians, visit keeppathologybulkbilled.com.au. Authorised by LWET, Australian Pathology Canberra.
G'day, it's Rory Sloan. For most business PC brands, a 4-hour service guarantee means they'll call you back in 4 hours. But at Leader Computers, a 4-hour service guarantee on Leader's business range means they'll come to your work site and have you back in business inside 4 hours. Leader Computers are made here in Adelaide with better service, better support and speedy turnaround times. Grow your business and get behind a Leader. Find your local dealer at leadersystems.com.au.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 24 minutes to 6. We're to the MCG at 6 o'clock. Terry McAuliffe is going to join us shortly for racing.com, but it's all about your showdown calls. Get back to them in just a moment. 8223 0000.
This is a gift for Foggy, who hooks around on the left and nails it.
Since day today, boys.
Darcy Fogarty first goal.
Long with his right leg. Fogarty's out the back. Big fly, Fogarty! You'll hear the roar. Fogarty's got two! Well, Crows had a solid 30-point win over Port. It was in Showdown 55, the perfect way to honour a legend in Rory Sloan. Joining us, I'm going to call him a power forward, Timmy. One of my favourites, Darcy Fogarty. Fob, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
That's better.
Yeah, it's a little bit better than the first couple of months, wasn't it?
Well, it could have gone either way with the emotion of Rory. Just describe that for us.
Yeah, we had a big focus on, we wanted to sort of play the way that he played his whole career. And yeah, I think we did that. We fought hard in the contest and we won a lot of one-on-ones, and I think that's what Sloaney did throughout his career. He battled better than anyone and put his body on the line when he had to, and I think that's what makes him the champion that he is.
You've won 3 of your last 4. The byproduct of that is more inside 50s, more one-on-ones, and probably your best game for the year, Fog. I loved your start. 9 marks, couple of goals before half-time.
Yeah, it was a good start, and that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to throw the first punch, I guess, and really get on the front foot and take the game to them. That's something we had a really big focus in leading up into the week, and what we trained throughout the week was it was really in the contest, whether that was on the ground or in the air. We really wanted to own that space of the game, and we thought that would hold us up in good stead.
Well done. Port kicked 18 points. Is that your pressure, or was it a lucky win?
I reckon the backs were unbelievable. The backs and the mids were unbelievable at creating some goals that looked like they should have been goals. They got a fingertip in there or did all they could. They fought all night. And yeah, I guess we didn't give them too many easy opportunities, which is a credit to them. But yeah, there was probably a couple that hit the post that could have gone either way. But yeah, I reckon credit to the backs for not giving up. And when they were having set shots, they were long range or out on the boundary. So it's a credit to the mids and the backs on where we're setting up and where we're allowing them to get their shots from.
Congrats on the win, Darcy. I thought actually on your point about the backs, I thought 3 of your best players were in the back line. The big keys, I thought, did their job really well.
Yeah, I agree. I reckon, and in the keys, leading that is Keeney, I reckon, at the moment. He's had some really big roles over the last couple of months, and there's probably no bigger role than going 1v1 against Charlie Dixon. And the way he played and controlled that space down there and then set us up on offense when he got the ball was massive. I think he's had a really good start to the year. Him and Solly are probably the 2 standouts that have fought consistently when the team hasn't been doing as well. But no, to see Keeney play the way he did, and Chug and Butsy and Worrell, all those boys as well, they're all gelling really well now. They're getting some games together, which is only going to build for them.
And young Michael Lanning didn't lower his colours either, so good night out there. Hey, mate, only 10 inside 50s for that first half, but a 7-goal 2 return. Now, when you come in at half-time, and I'm just wondering how the coaches address that, because, one, talk about efficiency, 7-2 from 10 inside 50s, but the number 10 probably was the bit that I'm interested how they approach that.
Yeah, I think we got praised a little bit for our efficiency and our shot selection and stuff. But yeah, obviously the focus has that it can't become just a go in, well, not even get there, but then they're just rebounding back. So we want to own the game and we want to get as many front of half turnovers as we can so we can get those re-entries and repeat stoppages inside 50 because obviously that's where you score most from. But yeah, I think if we can go in and we can get goals when we go in, that's I guess, better than pumping it in and it coming straight back out.
One out in Rory Sloan, and this is what I love about our great game, Fog. One arrival, that's Jake Saligo. He arrived, showdown medalist. What a game.
Yeah, he's a star. I don't really know what more to say about Solly at the moment. He's just such a reliable young player that's just fighting hard. He does the pretty stuff, but when he has to get his hands dirty, he's the first in there as well, which is just, it's good to watch. You catch yourself sometimes when he streams through a stoppage and comes out with the ball. It's sort of, it's perfect to watch, and I'm so happy that he got the recognition for his great game last night. But he's had a really good first half of the year, I think.
I've declared your games back because you're taking it on now. You're hitting the 45s. You're defending strongly. You're D50, F50. Last year, number 1. The last 3 of the 4 games, you've got that. Let's park the Eston one. I call it an outrider now. Do you think you're back? You got the confidence in the game again?
I think the confidence is definitely back for the whole team. There's obviously a lot of work to be done. We're chipping away at it, and we're getting that sort of sense of who we are again, which is only going to build on the confidence that we want. And I think a couple of big scouts as well, the Carlton game, We played well against them. Well, we played well for a half against the Melbourne game, and then this week it's building against good opposition as well. So we know we can play the brand of footy we want to play against the good sides and away from home now, which is good with a couple of away wins. So yeah, I think it's just a really good building step for us.
Lions at home in 10 days. We'll make that 9 days now. Do you get a break? What's the schedule till then?
Yeah, so lucky enough, we got the weekend off, so we'll go back on Monday, I think, and start the week from there. So yeah, it should be it's good, another home game for us on a long break, which is good. We get to recover a bit now, and I guess sort of have a couple of beers with Sloaney today and celebrate his career and what's coming up for him. So it's good to sort of be able to relax after a good win.
Fog, enjoy your break. Keep building on that form. I absolutely loved your first half, as did Campo and Timmy. Mate, thanks for your time. We'll speak soon.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Well done. Darcy Fogarty, inch by inch, game by game.
Well,
getting better and better.
Could not have got your confidence more up.
No.
In the first 5 minutes. It looked the Fogger Bowl.
Unstoppable. D. Fogarty, our guest.
Amazing. So, Crows 30-point winners last night. Keep your calls coming in, 8223 0000. And just a quick reminder as well, we got 1 minute left before the bids close for our Police Legacy corporate box. We're giving you the chance to win a VIP experience, policelegacysa.org.au. We'll give that away in a moment.
Hey, don't forget, tonight, after 6, Collingwood v Carlton at the MCG.
Massive.
That's as big a Melbourne derby clash you can get. Hello, Mike at Noongar.
G'day, Stephen and Tim.
Hello, Mike.
I enjoy both of you guys. I'd like to speak about both teams.
Yep.
A couple of weeks ago when Port Power played Fremantle,
yep.
They lost. They should have lost the game, but they won a close one.
Yep.
And I think the writing was on the wall. And Ken Hinkley and Corns hugged and jumped up and down and with the excitement and everything. And even in his after-game speech, he said, we got beaten in every area, but we still won. Good on the boys, you know. That should have been a telltale sign. The other one is, I think they're putting all their eggs in the one basket, Port Power, with Charlie Dixon. And I'm afraid the eggs are broken. Where's your Greys and these sorts of guys, you know. I think Charlie has passed it. I think he's a top bloke, but he's become a cult figure and a poster boy at Port. The other thing I would like to say is the Crows. It annoys me that they seem to go out along the boundary line with a kick-off from the back line. I'd like to see him switch every now and then. Quite a few times in the last few weeks, I've seen two guys out on their own over the other side of the ground, but they go along the boundary line all the time. And we got beaten in one game because of that, because the opposition crummers were getting the ball and setting it back in. I think just a little bit too predictable.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Good assessments, no question. Sometimes you're not allowed the corridor. And the Geelongs, the games they lost, they were denied the corridor. Mike, thank you. Keep listening. You're in the running for that Rusden Blackguts.
We'll go to Davern Park. G'day, Luke.
Good afternoon, guys. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks, Luke.
Yeah, I'm just ringing in regard to the lady that called a little bit earlier, speaking about Jason Horne-Francis.
Yep.
And she was saying that he lacked character.
Yeah.
I think that was probably a little bit harsh on him, but I suppose she has a valid point in the fact that it's probably the first thing I'd ask myself if North Melbourne finished top 4 the following year, would he have left? And also the next thing is, I wonder if North Melbourne actually had a full-on conversation with him regarding his plans for the future. Obviously, knowing the position North Melbourne were in when he left Adelaide to go there, obviously there would have been some deliberation coming from North Melbourne whether his intent was going to stay. But my point I just want to make is that the lady was definitely right about character in regard to the decision he made, because, and I don't want to slag the guy, I'm actually a Crow supporter, but it doesn't really bother me, so to speak, where he goes or who he plays for. But at the end of the day, you guys play football like I, and we've all suffered tough losses by 20-odd goals. But at the end of the day, I think you've got to stick fat and try and help the club, hence what the guy from West Coast Eagles is currently doing at the moment. And it's almost to the point he actually just took the money, turned his back and ran away. That's why.
Yeah. Luke, I'll give you the best cider that I know. And look, I'm a booer. I have a few beers and I'll boo anyone. And Jason Horne-Francis, I just don't get that one because it didn't affect the Crows. Anyway, that's what you want to do. I'm never going to tell a booer not to boo. But your side is Nathan Buckley. He left Brisbane Lions because he wanted to dream play for a Collingwood or a big Melbourne club. And he did. Guess what the Lions did?
Won 3 in a row.
3 of the next 5 years. Won 3 in a row and Bucks didn't win one.
His first year at Brisbane was 93. And then he went to Collingwood, and of course Brisbane came good in the early 2000s.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, you know.
Well, you don't know what can
now,
happen
was he a number 1 pick, Bucks?
Yeah, I reckon he was number 1 pick, and I reckon he was a rising star in his first year as well.
And then left.
And Robert Walls was very good to him when he was there, and he actually enjoyed his year. And Walls, he did try and talk him into staying as well.
But he's a single-minded champion.
Yeah. And
Nathan Buckley, I can't
see a
question
crystal
that
ball.
bloke.
Maybe you would change your mind, but I don't know. I reckon he was already made his mind up and he was going. So
yeah, well, Jason Horne-Francis is cut from same loaf. He is a single-minded champion.
I appreciate the interaction we've had tonight. Thank you very much to the callers and to a lot of the unique homestyle food tags. Except for John Payne at Mitchell Park.
Not the John Payne.
He has put a meme up of a baby crying.
Yeah, there it is.
And says, "Is this Timmy G after last night?"
Yeah, it is.
Well, it's not, John. It's me today as well. So, yeah, I don't take him too easy. I don't like him, John. I don't like losing. You're right. But 24 hours, I'm only nearly three and a half.
Well, you know what?
4 hours away from
We've got
being
the
able to
corporate box
bounce
police
back.
legacy, and we've got your tips with Tezza, so that'll cheer you.
All right,
Yes,
that'll do me.
that'll get you to the end of the Friday. It is 10 minutes to 6. Let's check your traffic. Marnie, Canali, Xenia, find them all at Ignition for men. Adelaide's home of luxury menswear at 54 Paynham Road, Stepney.
In West Beach, there's a breakdown on Tapley's Hill Road near West Beach Road, blocking the left lane for citybound. Crashes to look out for at One Tree Hill on Gawler, One Tree Hill Road near Yulee Road, Jeps Cross on Main North Road near Matthews Road, Andrews Farm on Andrews Road near Curtis Road, and Salisbury North on Waterloo Corner Road near the Bagster Road intersection. With gifts to suit every budget, a Coles Group and Myer gift card is the perfect Mother's Day card. Available in-store and at giftcards.com.au. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Lads, where are we thinking for our same race multi?
Let's see. With Ladbrokes, we can place one at Doomben, Moonee Valley.
Bet on more tracks and race codes than ever before with the Ladbrokes
Farm.
Same Race Multi. T's and C's apply. See website for details. You win some, you lose more.
The Roller Door Doctor, this is Nurse Tracy.
I seem to have a little issue down south.
That's okay. We do all areas.
You do? Well, I can't seem to get it up anymore.
No problem. At the Roller Door Doctor, we do all types and brands of garage doors. So we can help you get it up again.
The Roller Door Doctor, helping SA get it up for over 30 years. Contact the Roller Door Doctor for garage door repairs, service and installation. therollerdoordoctor.com.au.
This weekend at Coles, earn double ovenware credits towards free KitchenAid ovenware until May 5. That's 2 ovenware credits when you spend $20 in one transaction, in-store only, then scan your flybys. Don't miss double ovenware credits, only at Coles. Offer ends May 5. Limits, exclusions and T's and C's apply.
As we know, the housing crisis, it's not going anywhere soon. In fact, the latest reports suggest it might be getting worse. So if you're a landlord and you're looking to sell, you have the power to make a difference, a really big difference.
McGain have hundreds of landlords looking to buy right now, so get in touch with the McGain team. They are the McGain team. They'll sell your property to another landlord and you'll save all the advertising fees. I mean, what a no-brainer.
Correct. It means your current tenants will have somewhere to live. Their kids can go to the same school. It just makes them all feel comfortable and happy, and they've got a place to call home. Then that's probably the most important thing of all.
That is. As a landlord looking to sell, you have the power to make a big difference to the housing crisis, and McGain can help you make it happen. do this. Visit magain.com.au.
Look, we weren't going to say anything, but here at Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, we've had some great news. We have just been named National Dealer of the Year by Volkswagen. Again, 2 years running. We're so chuffed we're having a sale on new and demo stock. They're available for immediate delivery with easy finance options. And remember, convenient next-day servicing with complimentary loan vehicles. Now our great news is your great news. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen's National Dealer of the Year sale. Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Tasting Australia, presented by REA Travel, returns with more eating and drinking experiences you love. Tasting Australia runs over 10 days from the Festival Hub in Victoria Square, Tartanyanga. It's your home to deliciously diverse eating and drinking experiences, with over 150 events across Adelaide and South Australia's regions, plus over 20 beverage masterclasses to choose from. Come early, stay late, and see where Town Square takes you. Tasting Australia, on now till May 12, Victoria Square.
I love my AFL on KO.
Isaac Quaynor.
Yes, Brownie?
More enthusiasm. KO is every game of every round live with no ad breaks in play. Let's try again.
KO, get on board.
That's better.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
6 to 6 off to the MCG 5AA footy. Carlton Collingwood coming up very shortly. A nervous guest awaits ahead of tonight's game.
Timmy and Terry's tips.
Yes, Terry, the good Carlton man from racing.com. How are you, mate?
I'm well, thank you, Tim. Yes,
Good.
Sam probably summed it up perfectly. A little nervous. Probably, I can't believe we're that short as far as the betting is concerned, and clearly favourite tonight against the Premiers. But anyway, hopefully we win.
Carlton Collingwood, big game.
All right, well, talking about odds, I was a winner last week. I got a winner in the last, Chicago Storm.
Yes.
Very happy with that, let me tell you. So
You're in good form, Timmy.
thank you very much, and thank you for noticing. Sam Tugwell did not notice. He has not been supportive of me at all. So what have we got this week? Of course, we've got the Derby on.
Yeah, Derby Day. So it's a time-honoured race. In fact, it's older than the Melbourne Cup, the South Australian Derby. It's the second oldest Derby in Australia. Only the Victorian Derby is older, and it's the 151st running tomorrow, and the famous Kentucky Derby in America, it's their 150th running on Sunday morning. So we're even older than the Kentucky Derby.
How good's that? That's, well, we've got them all covered, mate, eh? Now all we've got to do is get a winner in there.
Yeah, exactly. Look, boys, I'm going to make the best in the last race on the program. Great mate of mine who sadly passed away nearly 3 years ago, May 22, David Thomas. He was a long-time employee of Racing SA. We've got a race named in his honour, race number 9, the David D.T. Thomas Memorial. I think it's the best on the program. Race 9, number 11, lose some, win more. Gamble responsibly, boys.
That's a very good tip indeed. Do you have anything else with a bit of value? Do you like anything actually in the Derby?
Look, in the Derby, I'm going to tip the Kiwi, number 1. I know I tipped the Kiwi last week at a big price, and she didn't really give us a run for her money at all. But I do think the Kiwi tomorrow, number 1, Antrim Coast, will be super competitive. Second in the New Zealand Derby. It's had 2 runs in Australia. Won the Alistair Clark Stakes at Moonee Valley. Second last start at Caulfield, where maybe the jockey went a little bit early. Think it's going to be right in the finish tomorrow. Race 8, number 1, Antrim Coast.
All right. Well, my best of the day is at race 3, number 2, my Sun Tzu again. I reckon.
Yeah, well, you're sticking there. Why not?
Sticking fat with that one. But in the actual Derby, I was just wondering, I saw Warmonger in there, which is the one you backed last week.
Yeah, last week.
And Bold Soul ran really well. So, Paddy Payne. I'm sort of going to throw those two into that trifecta with your number 1.
Yeah, well, Bold Soul, as you said, Patrick Payne, the trainer, won the race last year. That was Patrick's first Group 1 winner as a trainer. Of course, he was a super jockey, won numerous Group 1 races as a jockey, but that was his first Group 1 winner as a trainer. He's got a terrific chance of going back-to-back after winning last year with Dunkirk with Bold Soul. And, yeah, Warmonger, the one that I tipped last week, Tim, it just got out the back, never really got into the race. But, look, I wouldn't be surprised if he came out and blew them away tomorrow. So I think it's got a good chance as well, number 7.
All right, beautifully done, mate. Thank you very much for your time. Good luck to your Blues tonight against Collingwood.
Yeah, I'll be hoping. And can I just say, too, just quickly, too, what a great result for young Lachlan Neindorf last week. Just 22 years of age, the young South Australian jockey who won the Group 1 Robert Sangster Stakes on climbing star for the Phillip Stakes stable. It was a very, very special day for young Lockie.
Well done, Tez.
Brilliant. Thanks, Tez. Racing.com. Get on board. You beauty.
All right, we have two prizes to give away before we get to the footy.
Yes.
Our Rusden Wines Black Guts Shiraz Caller of the Day. We've had so many. Who gets
Adrian? Congratulations, Adrian.
Well done,
Adrian. Well, very well thought out, well executed call.
Congratulations. Now, here's the big one. The Police Legacy VIP experience, the corporate box for you and 17 mates. We've been asking for you to bid all the way through the day at policelegacysa.org.au. Who's our lucky winner?
Well, I think you've got the name there. Just read it out there. Thanks.
Congratulations to Kenny Tosh from Eco Walling Systems. $6,200 bid. Well done to him.
Kenny is a great bloke. A very generous man. You know, he's a mad Reds man. I see him at Adelaide United games all the time. Great supporter. He's a sponsor. Eco Wallings. Absolute great bloke. So, Kenny, well done, mate. And thanks for supporting Police Legacy. They're a great organisation.
And feel good about that. That's a win-win.
Well done,
That
mate.
is excellent.
Enjoy your weekend, Rowey. Try your best, Timmy. Try your best.
Where are we at? What are we up to? 3 hours and 40.
Couple hours left to grieve.
Timmy, it's just a game.
Hey, you picked your lip up. I've got to pick my chin up.
Don't pat me on the head.
Bit harder.
6
Bit harder.
o'clock
This
news is coming up. We're going to head to the MCG. Carlton Collingwood next.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
G'day, it's Rory Sloane. When you buy a Leader computer, you're buying a computer made in Adelaide. You're dealing with people that live in Adelaide. And when it comes to servicing or supporting